Hi guys. Let me know if you can hear and see me okay. I totally lost track of time. I was down here working on stuff and thought I had a few more minutes and looked up and I was like, holy smokes, it's 1. Hey Kathleen. Hey Mary. Hey Diane. Hi Sandy. Will somebody let me know, because we have not done this in a very long time, if you can hear and see me okay? Peggy, I am so glad to be back. I have missed it. Okay, great. Mary says she can hear and see me fine. Now, when I do start going through the slides that I'm going to show you guys in just a minute, please let me know if you can't hear me on those, because I had to reset those up from the last time. And I'm hoping that I have the right microphone selected that I want to play the audio. So if you can't hear me when I start going through the business part of it at the beginning, just let me know and I can hopefully fix it. So I'm just going to start off. The reason I'm looking down is because I wrote myself some notes that I want to make sure that I go over with you guys. Hey, Jewel. Hey, Kathy. Or I guess it's Julie. Sorry. I'm trying to wear my regular glasses because they look better than my dollar store cheapos that I get. Thanks, Mary, for sharing it and posting it to the other group. Hey, Jessica. But the other ones they just don't look very good. So I'm trying to wear the ones that I like the best, but if I can't see, I might have to switch them out. So my name is Bobbi Crouch. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. So I want to share that information with anybody that might be new. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Julie. Boy, we have a lot of people on already. So what you can do is leave a comment and share this video to be entered in my prize patrol, and I'll draw the winner for that next week, and I'll show you guys what that is here in just a minute. Hey, Christine. Christine's on my team. And then I also do a live drawing at the end, so make sure that you stay and watch to the end so that way you can see if your name is chosen at the end. Kathleen, I missed everybody so much. I thought doing it bi-weekly would work out really well for me, but with all the troubles trying to get on Facebook when I would have it scheduled and then I wouldn't be able to go live, it just seemed like I never got to do any more Facebook Lives. And hey Kathy, hey Connie. Okay, I'm gonna try to quit reading comments because it gets me sidetracked. But I do want to tell you guys, and I'm not gonna talk a lot about this, but I have lost 20 pounds. And this is one of the reasons, not that I lost weight, is why I'm doing my Facebook Lives again, but I work second shift. So as soon as I get done with this video, I have to head to my daytime job. And so I get off work at 11 and then I would come home and try to come downstairs and work on things. And, after you work 8 hours and you work before you get up and do things before you go to work, most times I was just so tired and didn't want to do it and would literally force myself. But with my new eating, let me back up a minute. When I get home, I can't just go straight to bed. So I would stay up for a few hours watching TV and then working, like I said. And then it was early morning before I would even go to bed. And with my new eating, and I'm just trying to eat healthier, more keto lifestyle. And I was exercising a little bit, but I've kind of got off track with that. But I go to bed almost at the same time, maybe an hour earlier than what I used to, but my body does not require as much sleep anymore. Even my husband, he's just like, what is going on? The first couple of mornings when I would be getting up early with him, he would ask, and I told him, I was like, I don't know. I just wake up. I know I'm not going to go back to sleep. So I get up. So I'm getting so much stuff done before I even go to work that I don't even have to come downstairs at night when I get off work unless I absolutely want to. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but now I can pick and choose. So that's the good thing about that. And I still have a few more that I want to lose, but I'm very happy with the weight that I am now. So if I would not even lose any more, I'd be happy. But I feel better. I don't feel as bloated. I don't feel as groggy. I don't feel sleepy. Just if you read up on keto, just the benefits of it, it's quite amazing. But I will say I'm not depriving myself of anything. And if I want a piece of fruit that's not on keto, I eat fruit. I love my fruit. So, but it's basically, I'm a meat eater anyway. So keto works out really well for me. Okay, so let's jump into this so that way I quit yakking to you guys. So today is the last day that you can earn the bonus day coupons. So if you guys want to do that, make sure that you place a small order, $50, and that is going to get you those bonus coupons. Okay, and then I posted late last night. I posted what I have left of my Stampin' Up! Retiring products or retired products. I have not posted any of the embellishments, the embossing folders, the paper, anything like that right now. I'm just basically focused on selling my stamp sets. I had 2 huge boxes that I was selling, way back in May or June, whenever it was, and I am down to 1 box of retired stuff now. So that makes me very happy that so many people are taking advantage of that, and um, my old stamps, my old retired stamps are going to people that want them and need them. Hey, Janet. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys August's host code for the free make and take packets. I don't have the cards posted yet, and I honestly probably won't have them done by tomorrow. I try to get them done by the 1st, but I will have them done, and they should be posted no later than Sunday. So I'm hoping to get that done. I'm trying to get ahead. Like I said, I'm getting a lot done, but I'm still kind of behind a little bit. And then I don't know if you guys saw um thanks Kathy. She said I was looking good. Okay. So I don't know if you guys saw, but I just started a memory keeping club. And how this works is you'll place a minimum order of $35 every month for 10 months straight. And then one of the 10 months, you'll receive a $35 bonus credit. So you're actually only paying for 9 months. And then if you live locally, we can meet if you want to the last Saturday of every month right after my card class, and we can work on the layout. I'll post a 2-page layout every month. I've got a private Facebook page that I've set up just for this. And this is where I'll do live demonstrations on that page once in a while. I'll post a video of the 2-page layout every month and just tips and tricks and things like that. But the good thing about it, if you live locally to me, I will bring the supplies to make that page layout, and then you'll be able to use, if I use stamps, dies, punches, that kind of thing, you'll be able to use those to recreate those page layouts. And then I'm going to send, it's kind of hard with memory keeping to be able to send like a make and take packet in the mail with that, because I can't send stamped images. And I want to do like some punch art, but sometimes you have to have the stamp to be able to use that. So I'm going to try to get creative and be able to send things like that for you guys, like the little embellishment things. So if you're interested in that, and I do want to make sure that you guys understand, this is going to be an ongoing club. It's not going to stop. So at the end of your 10 months, if you want to do it again, you'll just re-sign right back up. It's not going to close. It's not going to come to an end. And if somebody wanted to sign up in August, they could. And then that would put you in the August Facebook group, and you'd be eligible then. That's when you would start. And then if somebody wants to sign up in October, November, your 10 months is just gonna start at the day that you sign up. Okay. Peggy wants to know why we can't send stamped images. That is against Stampin' Up! Policy. They do not allow us to send stamped images. We can send die cut punches, things like that, but we are not allowed to send anybody. I'm trying to read this comment. I'm not sure I understand it. But anyway, you guys can sign up whenever you want. And then the next thing I wanted to tell you guys about is my current online class is um Dino Days is the online class, and the registration for that is going to close on the 4th. Okay, there's some rude people on here. So let me see, guys, if I can block them really quick. and then maybe I'll do some reporting when I get off of this. Hold on, guys. I am trying to figure out how I can block these rude people that are on our page right now. Hold on, guys, if you can still hear me. Okay, I don't know how to block them right now to get them off there, and I'm trying to, oh, here it is. Let's ban. Hold on, guys, I'm banning these rude guys. I am so sorry about that, guys. If you saw any of those rude comments, I'm very, very sorry. Oh, that's got me very emotional right now. I'm shaking. That was very, very rude. Please hold on, guys. I'm still trying to scroll up and ban these crude men. I don't know how these guys get on this channel. But if I have to stand here and just keep banning these guys, I'll probably have to end the video, you guys. And I'm sorry to have to do that, but I'm not gonna have to read these comments. This is just rude. Okay, if anybody can see any more of the rude comments, please let me know, because if I click to hide them, then it allows me to ban them. And that's what I'm doing. Boy, oh boy, you guys, it has been a while since I've been on here, and I had no idea that this could go on right now. Hold on, guys, I am still banning them. I think I have them all. Yes, they are, Debbie. They're being very disrespectful. I had no idea, you guys, that I don't know if my video ended. Can you guys still hear and see me? Can somebody tell me if the video is still going or not? Because it looks like it stopped. Okay, you guys, let me see. Let me hop back over here. I don't want my customers to have to read these comments, because this is going to be on here forever, and no, I have not heard of anybody having such disrespectful people being on their Facebook lives. Has anybody else been on anybody else's Facebook lives and this has been going on? Okay. Okay, guys, I was still trying to block them. That's got me so. Okay. I'm going to figure out what to do and figure out how I can block them the next time, and that way we won't have to worry about it. So, I'm still trying to go through and ban all of them. I guess they have nothing better to do. They probably like are ugly fat old men that live in the basement with their parents. They have nothing better to do than to try to be rude to people. So I'm just going to quit reading the comments, guys, so that way I don't see them, and I will figure out how to take care of them once the video ends. Okay. Okay, so my Dino Days online class is what I'm currently offering now. So you can visit my blog, and then I'm going to I'm not going to show the next screen because I really don't want these idiots to know where I'm from. But I'm going to go ahead and show it because they can find out anyway. So I'm going to be offering an online retreat, and that is going to be in October. And if you live local to me, it's going to be at the Wyndham Garden in Warsaw. But I'm also going to offer it as a class to go. So you'll get a goodie bag that is filled with $30 worth of Stampin' Up! Products, and then you'll use what's in the goodie bag to create the make and takes, and I'll offer 2 additional classes too, and I'll be posting those later on. Lunch will be optional, and then I'll provide snacks, candy, water, tea, and coffee. I'll have prize patrol throughout the day, and then even if we do the online version, you guys will get prize patrol as well. We're going to do 8 make and takes, and then I'll have 3 pillow gifts for you. I'm going to bring all of my holiday stamps, my inks, my punches, my framelits, things like that for you guys to use all day. And then I'll also provide videos, PDFs, and then the local registration. You guys will be able to have your own 6-foot table. So that's kind of a benefit of if you live local to me. And then if you want to join my team right now in July, new demonstrators will get to pick $30 more than usual. You'll pay $99 to sign up and choose $155 worth of Stampin' Up! Products in your starter kit. Okay, and now I'm going to switch over so you guys can see my work area. And I just wanted to show you guys really quick. You know that we just got back from Destin, Florida, and we had our pictures taken. So I just wanted to share a couple of those with you guys. So that is me and my husband. He'll be really excited to see all these rude men's comments that they're making on here today. But this was one of my favorite ones. And then this was another one of my favorite ones. My husband absolutely hates to have his picture made. And I had to really do a lot of talking in to convince him to do that. And he told me, it was kind of funny. He told me as we're sitting in the truck waiting, for it to be our turn to go down on the beach. And he was like, I'm only doing this because I love you. And I thought that was so sweet. But I want to share with you guys too. I have on my blog right now my August calendar for the month of August. So I have all my classes listed. We're back to doing Facebook Lives weekly. And so if you're interested in my online classes, they're all there. You can print this out or you can just look at it. And then just a reminder about Bobby Bucks. This is a rewards program. If you shop with me, you just track your order. So you fill in over here your amount, the date, and the order number. And then when you have that filled in, you fill this out down here. And you can email it to me, take a screenshot of it, however you want to do it. And then I place the order with Stampin' Up! And they mail them directly to you. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the live drawing at the end of today's broadcast, the winner will receive the hand-delivered stamp set and the free make and take packet for today, what I'm making today. And then I'll announce the winner for if you share or leave a comment on the video. This will be next week's winner. So it's the Verdant Garden, and then you'll also receive the make and take packet for today's project that I'm making. Let me see where we're at on time. I think I'm doing good. And then the free make and take packets that I was talking about earlier, where you use the hostess code, if you spend $25 in my online store, I send you one free make and take packet, and if you spend $35, you earn two. And if you spend $50, you earn all three. And I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm going to adjust this camera just a smidge because it looked like things were downwards. Don't mind this. This is the bottom of a little, like a thing that I have that holds my pens and things like that. So those were June. So, or I'm sorry, July. So these are July's, what everybody will receive, that do that in July. Okay. Now let me see if I have everything that I wanted to tell you guys about. I think I do. But I'm going to go ahead and show you today's project. And I think today's card is going to be like last week's card. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. But this is the card that I made. And it's the faux metal technique is what it's called. And I saw another person that represents another crafting company do this. She's very, very popular on YouTube. And I never tried it. And then this past week, I saw a Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that made tags with this technique. And it just really inspired me. And I was going to look up her name, and I totally forgot. If I don't forget, I will post it on the description after this Facebook Live. So that way you guys can catch her out if you want to. Hey, Maggie. But yeah, this is the card. So this will be the make and take that you guys will receive. Now, I have done a lot of the embossing and all that kind of stuff just because I was afraid, because you have to layer that several times, and I was afraid I would run out of time and not have time to finish the video. So I will show you really quick. We're going to use copper embossing powder, and then of course you're going to need Versamark ink. I'm going to use soft suede ink and Night of Navy ink. And then I'm going to use the Night of Navy and Sahara Sand Baker's Twine. And then I already did this part, but I used my 1 1/8 scallop punch. And I'll show you as I go along. But I used it right here in this little, just this little thing right here in the background. I used a sponge to ink around the edges. And then I used the 3D Scripty embossing folder. And I used that for this little piece right here. Okay. And then I had some of these copper or rose gold, I think is what they called it, in the, I can't think of the name of the little, oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, it was that bundle that was only for a limited time. Everything's rosy, I think. And so I am going to pop a few of those. Now, I did not put these in the make and take packets that I'm going to send you, just because there was no way of, usually I can cut this, but this is so hard, I couldn't cut it, so I couldn't send it. And then I'm using the triple banner punch to banner punch our DSP. And on my blog, I have the free PDF. So if you guys want to head over there, you can download that, and it will have all of the instructions and the supply list. Okay, let me see. And then I'm using the stamp set, the Sailing Home, and then it comes with the smooth sailing dies. I'll just show you these really quick. So I used this die for the sentiment, and then this wheel, and then the little like seaweed grass, whatever you want to call that, and then the rope. Okay, so those were the dies that I used. So I went ahead and I'll show you here once I can get this closed and out of my way. I'm going to open up this so I don't get embossing powder everywhere, but I will get embossing powder everywhere because I always do when I use embossing powder. But I'll go ahead and show you really quick. I went ahead and did this piece and the rope and the grass. And what I did was I just die cut them out, used my Versamark, stamped it, put the embossing powder on there, set it with the heat tool, and did it again. So I did these pieces twice. And that is vellum, so you do want to be careful when you're using the heat tool because it will melt. Mine started, you could tell it was getting hot, so I had to, you know, move the heat tool away a little bit. And then this piece of vellum and this one, I ran through using that embossing folder, the 3D Scripty. And then this one, I'm just going to sponge a little bit of the soft suede on top here in a minute. This one, I just put the embossing powder on just a little area of it and then popped it out with that 1 1/8 scallop punch, and then embossed it like I said. And then that's just, I just felt like that little thing just needed something. Yeah, if you guys feel free to report these guys, and I don't know, I think that only me can delete them, but they all are going to be reported once I get done with this live video. And then I die cut another piece of the vellum that we're going to use on there. And that one, we're just going to like sponge it. And then this is the baker's twine. Now I do have a little piece of chipboard, and I have a ton of these. And I did send this to you guys in the make and take kits. But this is what I'm actually going to put the embossing powder on. You want something a little bit thicker. She used, the Canadian lady, she used chipboard from the back of the DSP. So it doesn't have to be overly thick piece of cardboard. And then my card base is Night of Navy. And I'm just going to score that really quick. I'm not even reading the comments, you guys. Like, if it's not a familiar name, I'm not looking at those comments. So if something happens where I do need to stop the video, if you guys would tell me, I will stop the video. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep on going, and I'm going to ignore the perverts that are on here. Okay. So I'm going to grab my stamping mat, and then I just have a scrap piece of paper, and this is soft suede. And I'm just going to ink up that piece of soft suede. I'm going to use the, like the dial, the compass image is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ink that up, and then I'm just going to randomly place this on the card. You want to leave room because we're going to go in now with the rope image, and I'm just going to stamp that. And just kind of put it in random spots. A lot of it's going to be covered up with that other piece anyway. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to leave that open because we have to do some sponging here in a little bit. And then let me grab my piece of DSP, and I'm going to take the banner punch and just punch that out. Let me grab my snail. I need to move my cart closer. And then if this piece ends up being longer than what you want or shorter than what you want, you can just trim it up here. But I'm just going to leave it right there just for the time's sake of the video. Now this piece, what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to tell you guys to do it because this could turn out to be a dangerous situation. But you can either use your scissors, or I have, well, that's not what I wanted to show you. I have one of these little knives, and I'm just going to do like this. It's going to make a mess on top of that. But I just want to rough up, and be very careful if you guys do this, because you could very easily cut yourself. But I just really want to rough up that edge around here, around that DSP. And I'm not going to do it too much because for the sake of the video, for time's sake, I need to rush. Now I'm going to crinkle this edge. You could use like a paintbrush, and I've done this before. Just curl it and then just let it go back, and then curl it, because you know I'm going for grunge again. So you can just do something like that. And then I made sure I just didn't get adhesive on the ends because I wanted it to stay curled up like that. And if you do, you can just go back and not put that down. But before I put that down, we're going to ink and sponge that up. And I also want to get on top of that DSP. So just all the way around the edge like that. And then you can just put that right there in the center. And like I said, I want those pieces up so you can kind of, you know, manipulate it with your finger. And then I'm going to go ahead and we'll start putting these pieces on the side, and then we'll do the heat embossing last, so that way I can turn the gun on and just leave it on. So I'm just going to ink on top of that because I wouldn't really want that bold white of this on the card with everything else being kind of grungy. Make sure you are doing the right side when you're doing this, because there is like a negative and a positive side when you die cut that. So just a little bit, just to darken that up a little bit. And then let me kind of move that so I can kind of see what I did. So then what I did was I cut this strip, and it doesn't really matter. I just tried to cut it as good as I could to get it cut in half. And I'm also just going to use snail, guys. I would suggest the fine tip glue pen if you guys do this. So I'm just going to kind of, oh, that's the wrong side. I don't want that on that side. I'm not going to put the two same images right beside each other. And then where did my other piece go? There it is. So then we'll just kind of layer that piece kind of like that. And I'm just referencing back. And then I'm just going to put some snail just to get it to stay. And then I am going to take the paintbrush again and just kind of curl. Actually, what happened in the first card was when I was sponging it, I kind of got a little heavy with my hand on it, and it kind of turned them. I'm going to put that in just a little bit more. You just want to make sure, I just want to make sure that I'm leaving enough room for that to go there. So I am, so that's good. And then I'm going to take the wheel, the ship's wheel, and I'm put a little bit of snail, make sure you guys can still see. And then I'm just going to put that kind of right there. And I'm just going to kind of stop with this for right now, because I want to make sure that I get the embossed piece on there and that I have everything exactly like I want it before I put everything down for good. Okay, so this is the piece that I'm going to emboss. Move this out of the way. I think I might be done with it, but I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is take embossing powder, and you're just going to ink it up on there. Out of my way. And then we're just going to put embossing powder all over this. And I did this one 5 times total. So you guys are going to have to be patient with me while I do this today. And then we're going to turn the heat tool on. Trying to hold it where you guys can see what I'm doing. As the heat tool gets hotter too, it'll go quicker. Okay, so that's all melted. So I kind of waited just a little bit in between, because I tried to do it as soon as I got done embossing it and putting more embossing powder on it. It just wasn't sticking that good. And so I kind of waited just a few minutes to let it dry, or cool off a little bit, I guess. And then I just did it again. And, you know, I'm rushed today because of time and everything, but you guys won't be, so you won't have to. You can just let it cool. You know, I would emboss it, and then I would walk away and do another part of the card and die cut something out or stamp something or something like that. And this is really neat, because where you have to touch it so much, where you just keep putting embossing powder on there, you're going to cover it up, so it's not going to show. One thing I'm going to try at the end is when we do the actual stamping. I pushed really, really hard, and I'm kind of afraid maybe that I pushed too hard. She said to make sure, the lady that I watched from Canada, she said really push firmly, so I was afraid I wasn't going to push hard enough, and I'll show you as soon as I get this. But you can see as you build up those layers how it really does start looking like metal. But I kind of feel like maybe I pushed a little bit too hard on the image. So I don't know. I guess it is supposed to look like metal. So we'll let that cool a little bit. You see how we're doing on time. I think I'm still good. It kind of, I want to kind of make sure that I'm letting it cool down enough before I put that, because it will just lift the embossing powder off if we're not letting it cool down enough. Oh, I'm not going to let them win, Vicky. Thank you. Or Janet, I'm sorry. I've just been, like I said, the familiar names that I know that's on here. I'm reading your guys' comments, and if it's a guy's name, I'm just ignoring it and not looking at it. So, ink that up again with Versamark. This is our third layer. Okay, and then we'll emboss this one. And it really does build up really nicely. Like I said, you can really see it really, honestly, I mean, I hope you guys can see that. I can't pick it up because it's so hot right now. But it really does look like metal. Let me see if I can get that. Can you guys see that? I mean, it really, with each layer, it just starts looking more and more like metal. And so you could probably do 4 layers, but I'm gonna go ahead and do 5. While I'm waiting for that one, I feel like I'm rushing it on that, and I don't want to do that. I am gonna go ahead and stamp the sentiment while we're waiting on that next one. So this is one of those framelits, and I'm gonna use Night of Navy ink. And I got the little label on my stamp. I accidentally didn't get it lined up that great, so I hope I get that straight. That's not bad. I'm happy with that. I had to do it twice when I was making the original card because the first one kind of turned out a little bit wonky. Okay, let's do our 4th one. And just make sure you get a lot of Versamark on there. And then the 5th one, when we do it again, immediately after I use the heat tool, I'll do my stamping while it's still nice and hot. I love to heat emboss, but I hate the mess. Every time I like flip my spoon wrong or end up dumping the embossing powder and getting it everywhere, it seems. Okay, so that's the 4th. We've got one more. So while I'm waiting for this one to dry and we get ready to do the last one, what you're going to do for your last one, when you get ready to do that, you're going to put Versamark on the image that you're going to stamp. And that's just going to help it release a little bit better when we go to stamp it. So let's just move that out of the way. And hopefully I have not rushed it because like I said the other night, I really let it cool before I did in between. And I hope that today it turns out. So let's just put that on there. So this is our 5th layer of embossing powder, you guys. And see, there I go. I almost made it without getting embossing powder everywhere. I knew I was having such good luck it was about to run out on me, and it just did when I flipped it. See it right there? Can you guys see that? Okay, so I'm going to let this one melt, and then immediately when I turn the gun off, then I'm going to stamp that anchor. Because you want to stamp it when it's still good and hot. Okay, so now immediately I'm just going to pick that up. And you really want to hold it there a while too. You can't stamp it and then immediately let it release. So I'm just going to hold it here a little bit. Okay, let's see what we got, guys, hopefully. And there you go. How cool is that technique? Isn't that so neat? I mean, it really looks like metal. Okay, let me put my embossing powder out of the way because you guys know that's an accident waiting to happen. And I'm going to move this so I don't get that embossing powder everywhere. And then we can start then back putting the card together. So what I did next was move this stuff out of the way. I take the baker's twine and I just hold it with my thumb and I spread my fingers about so, and then just wrap it around. And then I always try to make these two end pieces end at about the same place. So I'm just going to fold this one back. And then I just kind of like do a twist like it's going to make an 8. And this is exactly how I did this the other day, guys. I just laid it there and then just kind of scooted it around a little bit. Found my image and laid it where I kind of thought I wanted it to see what it was going to look like. Picked this back up and then just kind of squeeze that. And then just run snail all over that area where you're going to put that. Lay it back down and then see how I'm burying, making sure that those two pieces are there. And then you can just spread it out. So just kind of manipulate it to move it where you want it. And then before we put that image down, I'm going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals on it. And that's going to help hold that in place as well. Okay. So let me go ahead. This is cooled enough, I think. And we'll flip this over. And I'm going to put probably 5. We'll put 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom and 1 in the middle. Thank you guys so much for the ones that are sticking it out and watching with the trolls that are on here. They'll probably be putting Facebook gel and that's going to be funny. And, you know, what we might have to do too is start doing private pages, and you guys, maybe you'll have to send a request to join. So that way we make sure that the decent people in the world don't have to put up with the vulgar people in the world. Okay, so I just put that on there like that. Then I just took my bone folder with this piece and just, I'm kind of breaking the fibers down a little bit, but I want to get that bow shaped on there too. Okay, and then let me grab my mini glue dots. And I just put one little mini glue dot there. On the opposite ends is what I'm doing. Okay, and then I just put it right there. And then just bend it with your finger when you put it there and put that one there like that so you get that kind of bowed effect. And then let's see where I'm going to put my sentiment, I think. I'm going to raise this up. Thank goodness that snail didn't take because I didn't like that location. So I'm going to put more snail on this since evidently I didn't put enough the first go around. Let's see. I think it needs to be a little bit higher than what I had it. So we'll just go for that. Okay, I don't like it there either. I want to move it down just a little bit. Try that. And like I said, I would use the fine tip glue pen, guys. Don't use snail like I'm using. I'm just using snail for the quickness of it today for the video. And then let's just put that right there. And then for the rope, I'm going to use some snail again. And then I just kind of put it right off to the side. Kind of like that. And then this little piece that was embossed in with the 3D embossing folder, I just put a little bit of snail on that. And then I just wanted something right there, and that's what I came up with. And then let me my piercing mat. Now these little enamel shapes, they have that little film on it. So you do want to make sure, if you guys do have this, this was in the Everything's Rosy suite, that you peel those off, or it's not going to look, it won't have that shiny appearance. And that does also help hide where you put your mini glue dots. Just going to try to get that peeled off before I pick that up. Well, it went under there. Let's try to grab it. There we go. And put that there. And then I'm going to use Tombow because I have, oops, I have everything layered on top of that. So just put some Tombow on the back. And then you'll just center it right on your card. Like so. Okay, let me know. What do you guys think? Do you like it or do you not like it? I loved it. I had my husband come downstairs and look at it to get his opinion, and he goes, wow, I really like that card. I hope I stayed in view too. Sometimes I get out of view when I'm doing these. Okay, now let's head over. Let me head back over. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. And don't forget, guys, you can download the PDF, so that way you can make your own and have all the measuring, all the instructions, and all that stuff. So let me head over. I have to copy this link, so give me just a minute so I can do the random picker. And I really, really hope one of the perverts don't win, because they're not going to get the packet if they do. Move this out of the way. Okay, let me see. Now, let me see. Barb says she's got this set, but she hasn't used it yet, and this gave her a reason. I am so glad for that. Okay, I'm trying to remember, guys. I'm so flustered right now with everything that's going on. Let me see. Okay. I am not sure about sharing the screen so you guys can see the winner. Well, for some reason, it's not letting me pick a winner. Okay, hold on a second. I forgot to put... Okay, for some reason, it's not letting me pick. So you guys know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to scroll, and I'm going to just scroll through here, and when I stop, unless I land on one of the perverts, Peggy Gulk, you won. And it was, This Is Really Creative was the one I stopped on. So you won the for the live drawing. And let me just write your name down so I don't forget. Let me find my pen. Peggy, I think I have your email, or I mean your address, but if I don't, I will send you a PM so that way you can make sure that I have it, so I can get that right out in the mail to you guys. And I'm going to end really quickly just because this is very irritating to me right now. But I want to say thank you, everyone that stayed on here during all of the harassment. You don't know how much it means to me. And I will see you guys back again next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, if it starts next week, I will already have a remedy or something to make sure that we don't have to deal with this next week. I'll figure out what we need to do. And the perverts are going to be reported just as soon as I end this video. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.